Hey everybody, welcome to the place where we are all artists.
So for today's sculpture, I will be making the Batman Who Laughs using this recycled broken Spider-Man toy. I figured I can make good use of this figure, which would otherwise be discarded, and I would also finally get to sculpt one of the most interesting characters in the Batman universe. So as you can see, this figure has good range of mobility. It is in good shape apart from the obvious missing head. So here I have some clay, regular and black Sculpey, some chains I'm going to use, and a black coaster to mount the figure on, and a variety of sculpting tools. So first you'll see me making a lot of clothes or a lot of straps that I'm going to cut out, and then I'm going to apply to this character who is basically a hybrid of the characters of Batman and the Joker. So what I'm doing is basically making clothes, like I mentioned, and adding them to what is, in essence, the armature of this sculpting project. I usually make an armature using wires to make a skeleton, as I always call it, but here I already have a skeleton, or the armature, which is the body, the whole action figure that was already there, Peter Parker. Now I thought about possibly making Spider-Man again, just adding a head and painting him. I thought about maybe the Flash. I tried to think about svelte or thin characters. I thought about making another Xenomorph, but in the end, it was the Batman Who Laughs who just kept coming back to my head, and that's who I decided on. I usually always end up going for DC anyway, which if you also like, then you should definitely check out our playlists, sculpting and tutorials and time lapses. We have videos, sculpting videos on Batgirl, Superman, Rorschach, and we have time lapses on Riddler and other DC characters. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification button. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, Batman Who Laughs, with his white face and his big, unnatural, creepy smile and his chains and his tight black leather, really gives me Cenobite vibes. I mean, is anyone else thinking Hellraiser? Because to me, it's as if Batman was playing with the lament configuration and then was turned into a Cenobite. And now he's after pleasure and pain. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this character, who was actually created by Scott Snyder and drawn by Greg Capullo. So here what I'm trying to do is create the Batman ears. I cut them out of the black Sculpey clay, but in the end they turned out to be too floppy and they just did not work. They weren't stiff enough. They were not staying upright. So I ended up using some plastic from a plastic bottle, more recycling, although these two ended up causing some problems later, as I'll explain. And actually, this won't be the only time in the video that you'll see me using unconventional materials to add to the sculpture. So for his visor, I actually used some super glue and some sharpened pencil tips broken off to glue them onto the visor to make them the spikes. Then I baked the figure at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for a half hour, and after that I used my airbrush machine to add some color. So I mixed white and a little bit of red to make a very, very, very pale pink that I added to his hands as well as his face. Then I painted him black overall, and I also used a small paintbrush to add all his facial features and to add a couple of color hints here and there. And finally, I decided to use gold to paint on all of his fasteners. So the ears that I had mentioned gave me problems since they're made out of plastic. They crinkled in the oven, and I had to add them again to the figure. After that, Batman Who Laughs is ready for his close-up. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification bell. Also, visit etherealartsstudio.com.